Hi everyone, welcome to National Cohousing Open House Day. This is Gainesville Cohousing. My name is Janine, and I'm going to be giving you a tour of our community today. We're going to be able to see inside someone's house. So one of our community members volunteered to give us a tour of their home. We're going to do that. I'm going to show you some new features that we added in the last year. Always give you a tour of the common house because that's so important. And just give you some POV views of our community while we're discussing. Of course, I'll answer any questions you post in the chat. Let's get started. So I'm gonna give you a POV walk from the pool area to the member that we are gonna tour her house. And I'll chat with you while I'm doing that. So here we go. So we're walking from the pool area. This is what we call the crescent walkway, and for pedestrians and bike riders, roller skates, etc. We're gonna head to Miss May's house. But if we look over here, you're gonna see the common house and something else really special I'm gonna talk about later. I'm gonna touch on all of these things so you don't have to worry that I'm walking too fast. But we're heading to someone's house and I just wanna give you a POV. If you have any questions, let me know. There are national open house, co-housing open houses happening all over. So we're just one of the ones doing a virtual event. All right, so we're at Miss May's house and we're gonna say, hello, Miss May. Oh, listen to her chimes. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Thank you for giving us a tour of your home.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm potting aloe plants, which are very prolific, to give to the plant sale for the master gardeners. They're going to make some money on plants, so
Oh, I love that.
it's kind of a big.
It looks like a very big project.
It is.
Oh, yeah. Yes, she has a very big porch. Look at everything she can fit. As you know, front porches are a very important aspect to co-housing homes. It bridges the gap between the public part of our community, which is this walkway out here. And so this becomes your semi-public, semi-private space. And then you walk through the front door and you get to the most public of private spaces, of course, which is your dining area and your kitchen. Ooh, she has music on for us. That's nice. So let's spin around and let May give us a tour. You want to show us around?
Sure. This is my main room. This is my gas fireplace, which I finally built in last winter. I used to take this little fireplace and every summer put it in the garage.
Oh.
I finally had Jerry Kicklighter build a nice mantle for it, and we hung the stockings at Christmas.
Oh, did you? That's so sweet.
The kids were here. It was
It's
fun.
beautiful. I love that.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Of course, this past Christmas it wasn't cold enough to have the fireplace on, but we.
And I people who are watching, I want you to see how there's the front door, and then the kitchen is the most public of your private spaces. And then as you move through the home, you're going to be more private. So the further back you are, the more private it becomes.
this is my sunroom, which is actually sort of my third bedroom too, because
I love
I only have
this.
2 bedrooms, but this is an insulated part of the house, but not climate controlled. So when I have company, I give them my master bedroom and the guest room, and then I sleep out here because I can tolerate temperature changes.
Yes, this is a beautiful space.
Yeah, so it's, you know, and I have a futon couch here and I can enjoy that. And then my back patio is full of a kayak that's up for sale right now, but it's a little bit cluttered. We had a fire pit last night, so there's a lot of chairs and patio things out there.
Tell us about the fire pit. How many people came?
I think we had about 8 or
Oh, that's
so.
nice.
9. It was sort of a southern part of the community.
Oh,
we
was
don't
it?
do whole big. We do like sectional because I guess because of COVID is how we got started with those smaller fire pits.
Yeah.
So maybe someday we'll open up having bigger pits.
For those of you watching, I am on the northern end of the community. When May is talking about southern versus northern, I'm on the northern. It's not a big community, everyone, but
Okay, this is the master bedroom and the master bathroom. So I put
oh, this is beautiful.
I put in you know, a deep soaking tub because
Oh yeah,
I
that's
definitely
nice.
wanted that.
That's beautiful.
And this is the master bedroom closet, which has a back escape hatch to the garage.
I bet your grandkids love running through this.
Yes, each other. They do. But my laundry is in the garage, so I hang my laundry up, and you know, and so I wanted a quick access from the closet.
Yeah, I love
So
that.
this
See,
is the garage.
you can see how it
And
cuts
the laundry
through
area.
to the garage. Look at this big garage. Now, I'm going to switch the camera view to me. So garages are pretty rare for co-housing, as some of you might be aware. But in our community, we only have a select few that have garages because there was a big request for them. And May is lucky enough to have one and show us what she's using her garage for. Yes, she has lots of storage space. So let's take a look. Tell us.
Okay. So first off, this is where I keep the hot water heater, and I was able to get this hybrid hot water heater which pulls heat out of the room, and that's how it heats the water. So it cools the space that it's in. So I insulated the garage, so the garage tends to be cooler. It's a really functional space because the hybrid hot water heater tends to pull the heat out. In Florida, you really want to get rid of the heat. And so, and the space being insulated, you know, of course it's not perfect because it's only when you're running a shower or something does it actually, you know, cool the garage. But anyway, it's very nice to have it. And I keep my kayaks in here, so there's room for lots of stuff.
Yeah. This is so awesome. Here's her laundry.
There's my laundry, and I actually hang my clothes out, you know, a lot of times. So that's why I wanted easy access to the laundry room.
Yeah.
You know, or to the master closet. And this is really just a storage area here. It might be a little kitchenette someday.
Okay, Miss May, we have a question and I wanted to know if you wanted to field it. The question is, why are garages discouraged in co-housing? Do you know?
Well, there aren't really there's not car access to much of the co-housing community. I was the 4th person to put my money down, so I got to pick where I wanted my lot. And I know because I'm aging, I wanted to be able to drive to my house. I knew that I wanted to do that because I wanted to be able to have my car at my house. But everybody else doesn't have that. You don't have that.
No, no, we don't have a garage.
You have to walk, and so I didn't want to. I had visited a number of co-housing communities and saw that setup, and I thought, gee, that's really spectacular. But I want my garage.
I love that.
I mean, I'm used to that.
Lots of people have that feedback where they love the idea of co-housing, but they really want a garage. And so I think here at Gainesville Cohousing, we were able to bridge the gap, like provide some units with a garage, but also, with co-housing communities, the space is so tight. So and because the parking is traditionally on the periphery, it's because it's a pedestrian friendly community. Right. It would be hard to put many garages just because who has that much space? Yeah.
And one of the things I do is I don't drive on the walkways. I come in the back driveway, I go in my garage, I turn around and I go back out. I stay off. I have been on the walkways a few times in all the years I've been here. I just don't go there because that's not what we do. But I made a point of getting a house that had the back access. Which, it's not, everybody doesn't have that. So
May is actually one of our founders. If you didn't hear her say, she was the fourth one to put her money down. I am one of the other founders. Founders hanging out together. All right. Okay. So, did I look at this space enough? I think I did.
This is kind of a storage space. It's got a lot of stuff in it.
All right.
And it has a back door, actually.
Yeah, let's take a look out your back door.
Onto Nancy's patio. Well, we share a patio back here. My neighbor Nancy is right here. And she's not here right now. She's home, though, I think, because there's her car.
Okay. I'll try not to peek in her windows. I love this setup you guys have.
Yeah,
it's really
sometimes
nice.
Sometimes we'll share a glass of wine or leftovers or eat dinner together. It's very nice here.
Yeah.
We get to spend a lot of time outdoors in Florida, so.
Oh, look at that butterfly. Oh.
We have so many birds and butterflies here because of all of the landscape plants that people have that attract the butterflies.
Yeah.
It's just lovely, lovely place to live.
It really is pretty. Today's really pretty.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's where I'm pulling some of the aloe from.
Oh.
I had planted aloe in where the air conditioner drips, and one of the servicemen told me, no, ma'am, you really shouldn't have plants growing in there, so I'm pulling them out.
Another big project for you.
So, okay, this is the other wing of the house. And this, by the way, is my emergency preparedness, my Kingdom cot, which is from REI. It's a very comfortable cot. Very, very comfortable. So my plan is if we had a hurricane, I would pull it into the interior master closet and be able to sleep in an interior space and be comfortable.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So I just don't have enough. I'm going to try to store it in that closet. But anyway,
that's a good idea.
The guest room.
Okay.
And where my grandkids come.
Sorry, everybody.
This is where the little ones come and hang out and play. But of course, with COVID, they haven't been coming very much.
My kiddos have that tent.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. The Olliehams gifted it to them for Christmas. It's cute.
So this is the guest room for adults and for kids. I haven't had as many guests as I would like this year, but I hope they start coming again. And then the extra bathroom.
With her walk-in shower.
Oh, yes. A complete roll-in.
Roll-in. Mm-hmm. A lot of our homes have this style shower for aging in place.
I think Andy put them in every single home, really. Or almost every home.
Oh, yeah.
He was really into that.
Yeah. We even have one, a little guy, though. It's just a little one.
Andy's our architect, so.
Yes, Andy Kaplan is our architect. Is there anything about the kitchen you want to show off?
I was going to talk about, I forgot to mention when we were in the garage, I do have a 220 line for my electric car.
Oh, that's right.
And I have solar panels. Mm-hmm. And so my electric bill is between $85 and $95 a month. including the electric car, which is really, you know, affordable.
That's incredible. Yeah, that's awesome.
So I don't buy gas. I don't have it's a full electric car. So
Oh, is it? Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
don't buy gasoline. And so that's really been a very affordable situation. And I'm learning where the charging stations are. I haven't tried to take a long road trip yet.
Okay. When did you get that?
I got that in about October. But
Oh, okay.
Orlando's the furthest I've been.
Oh, okay.
But there's charging stations around, and you know, it's doable. But you really have to plan lots of extra time, you know, because of that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well-
I'm very proud to be off the grid.
And congratulations on your recent retirement.
Oh, yes. I did just recently retire, so now I'll probably will be traveling.
Well, I hope so.
So,
Thank you so much for inviting us in. I really appreciate it. You have a beautiful home. I especially like the height of the ceilings.
I actually chose the lower, you know, ceilings. I could have gone another. You know, a lot of people took the higher. To save money and for energy efficiency, I brought down to the lower ceiling.
Okay.
Sometimes I
Okay.
wish I had done the higher ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'll see the higher ceilings. Most people do have those.
I
It's
think-
a little bigger, spacious feeling.
I think this is really nice.
It's cozy.
It's
yeah.
cozy. Yeah.
I also did it because I knew because I'm aging, I wanted to be able to like clean my own ceiling fans and not get hurt.
Yeah, right?
But the truth is, I don't clean my own ceiling fans.
Man, you're so funny.
Well, no, because I decided to stop climbing the ladders.
Good thinking. That's why we live in co-housing. Let's let somebody else do that for you. Yikes.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having us. I really appreciate it. Good luck with all your aloe.
Oh, thank you. I do have a sophisticated rainwater collection too. With a
Oh,
pump,
yeah.
with a pump, and at least in one of the barrels.
Let's
one
look at
point-
that.
At one point, they were all connected. That's not working so well. So I have the pump in one of the barrels. I pump from the so that barrel back there has a pump, and I can use rainwater with pressure, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it works. It is nice to have that. These standpipes, were going to come, but that hasn't been working in all four corners of the house. So I really only use it back there.
Yeah.
That didn't really stay running as long as I would have liked.
This looks...
You know, fig tree, the peach tree, and
Oh, okay.
try some edibles.
Yeah, look at the peaches. You have a lot coming in. Look
Yes,
at all
they
of
really
them.
are.
Holy
They
smokes.
are pretty good.
There are a lot of fruit trees on our property here. Doesn't Diane have a peach tree?
Yes, she
Yeah.
does also. I had 73 peaches last year.
73.
I mean, I did a little tally sheet as I was picking them, you know. So that was fun. But yeah, they seem to be coming pretty heavy this year. But
Yeah. Look at them.
and they were very sweet and very tasty.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very, very tasty.
Well, when are the peaches? When do the...
Well,
Those-
I have it written down on a piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
I think it's in a month or so.
Oh, okay.
Because they really just started to get, you know, pink. They're starting to turn, so I bet it's in about a month.
Yeah, because I can see some of them
Yeah. I
turning.
don't remember.
Let me get closer to this barrel here. I'm glad we came out here because I forgot you had these rain barrels and stuff.
Yeah, and my friend Bobby had hooked them all together underground, but then
Okay.
those lines haven't stayed open, so
Yeah.
that's part of plumbing issues.
One of the viewers just wanted to thank you for sharing your home. And another viewer said peach cobbler, which actually Sally, after I had Theo, she brought peach cobbler because I think she has peaches too.
does, yeah.
So she brought me fresh grown peach cobbler. to the house.
I've had it totally cut down and pruned, and it just keeps growing too tall to prune. I paid someone to get up there and do that because I don't prune like that. So it's doing that again. Look at that; it's shooting up.
I know, it's like
Now,
going to the
all
sky.
that is not growing peaches. I need to get Kieran, the tall guy.
Oh yeah,
Over here
he's
on the
good. All right, Miss May, I'm gonna see. Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna keep going with the tour. Okay, bye. All right, let me give you a look at this back corner over here. This is our private drive. The sign says private drive. It's really for members to get to these garage units. You can see their cars there. People don't really drive back there except those members. And kids can ride their bikes back there and stuff like that. There's not a lot to see back there. This is an access gate that we have to the back of our community. And then this is a cute little swing. I have 2 boys, and this is always a stop on their play. The way my boys play in co-housing is they have all these little stations that they visit along the way on their bikes or when they're running through. So they're like, oh, I'm stopping at this person's to swing on their swing, or I'm going to play with this one's scooter. This tool is always set out for them. So a lot of the members set out things for the kids to play with, and the kids know to just put them back on their front porch when they're done. And so it literally is like an old-fashioned neighborhood where the kids can go through and everybody knows them and they know where they live, and it's okay if they go up to their front porch because everyone knows the boundaries. They know to respect them, but also to be welcoming at the same time. Also, I apologize. I do have a little bit of a cold, so I apologize if my cough is in your ear. Let's give you more of a POV view of the walking through the community, and we'll head to the Common House. Don't forget to shoot me your questions, and I'll probably talk more about kids living in co-housing in a little bit. On our way, but aging in place, whatever you want to hear, we'll talk about today. Let me switch the view. So we're heading over here. Do you want to be on camera? Okay. Tell me you live in co-housing without telling me you live in co-housing. People coming on the front porch to say hello. This is one of our most interesting homes. So cute. They have a new puppy. Oh, I don't know if I showed this this is like my 3rd or 4th virtual tour that I've done for the community. But she took a bed frame and made it into a planter box, a flower bed. It's really neat. Isn't that cute? So creative. The question is, does everyone have solar? No, they don't. It's their choice whether they want solar or not. And, part of, you have to make those choices for yourself. Like, is it, a financial choice? How long will you be here? Will you get your money back from it? Stuff like that. Like, just like anything, especially with renewable resources. Do you guys want to go down this way? Yeah, because this is the way we came. So we'll just wrap around here. Look at this. This house right here, this is the last one that was officially built. We have one more to go. That will happen very soon. But she has an excellent garden already established. don't even bother coming to my house because with 2 little kids, it's a mess over there. But she has a lovely screened in front porch, and like some people screen them in, some people don't. This person, she's an excellent gardener. So her yard is amazing. Lots of edible things, and it's very peaceful. Oh, let me talk about these planter boxes. These are new in the last year. Okay, so we had I'm going to turn the view and try to step in some shade here, you guys. Okay, so we had, like a lot of co-housing communities, one of our challenges is deliveries and driving on this, this crescent here, and the safety of our members who want to be walking, etc. So what we had to do, we had to think about how can we get our deliveries in this new pandemic world where you're not shopping as much, so you need things delivered to your home. For people who are differently abled, how do we make sure that they're getting their stuff? For young families like me, same. How do we manage that with understanding that delivery workers are people, and they are on timetables that are very strict, and they need to get in and get out. So we had a committee. We called this a helping group, and of 5 people, 5 or 6, and they worked to solve these problems and present them to the whole community. If you're familiar with co-housing, you know how decision making works. So what they did was they researched all the options. What are all the choices? And they narrowed it down to what might be most effective for the least expense. And we're going to try it out for 6 months, and then we're going to revisit it. The revisit for this will be in July 1st, I think, June 30th. And so what the plan was that this group came up with was they created planter boxes. These are serving as speed deterrents. Chokers is another way to talk about them. And so we put them on the edge so that people there's this visual impairment, right? And you have to automatically slow down. And that's what these lines are as well. You automatically just brake your car when you see that visual impairment, whether it's, like a speed bump or just the lines in the road. And what we did was we made them green. This is wood that we reused from another project, and planting plants in all of them, and then signs, so that what we're doing is just working on getting the traffic to slow down. And then we created delivery zones for the parking of delivery trucks. So we have 4 delivery zones. Here's one. And this is actually our workshop. So people can come in here and do their woodworking or fix things. There's all sorts of tools in here. Whatever. Our home builder actually used this as his office. It was the first building built on our property, and he used it as his office for the duration of the build. But yeah, so delivery trucks can park here and then just run to like these few houses. And then there's another delivery zone down there, and they park there and they run to those few houses. So it's not, they measured it, the people in the group, and I think that nobody had to go more than 225 feet on their feet, which I thought, it's a fair way, and we're going to review that, see how it's working. This is the covered parking for some of our members. They elected to have covered parking. This was something new that I highlighted last year during last year's virtual tour. It is steel framed. It has electricity. The electric cars can plug in here. And the other great benefit to this space is, with COVID, we've actually used it as our outdoor event space. So like we, before things slowed down with COVID, obviously, we would meet out here. We would move the cars and we would meet out here. We also had a Thanksgiving out here, put a bunch of, long table style Thanksgiving, because the weather's nice for Thanksgiving. You can do that, but I'm so sorry, excuse me. So that has been a great addition for these people that was, they elected to do that. So that was an extra cost for them. That's worth it. And then all us other people, we just park in the regular spots, and we have them numbered for our houses. This over here is actually new for this year. It's just a little fence. You can recognize the wood, same wood from the planter boxes. But we put this fence up to prevent littles from running out into the parking lot, chasing a ball. That was one of my requests. I was like, oh, we need help with this. So, because look at this wonderful green space. This is our common green area that we're looking at here. Right at the top is a rain garden, which we'll look at in a little bit. And this is our common house. So we're about to go in there. I'm about to cool off a little bit and give you a tour of our common house. Our common house is wrapped with these wonderful porches, and during the pandemic we used them quite a bit. Let's come on in here. Our floors are polished concrete, which was a gift to us from our builder. He wanted to thank us for all the things we, again, and how generous, and he was incredibly generous. His name's Tim Flanagan. He's amazing. So this is like the living space. There's a piano, there's a little TV, a lot of groups. There's a book club that meets here. All the groups meet here. We are not doing in-person meetings yet exactly, but we are heading to a hybrid because things have slowed down, as you guys know. So some people will be able to join in on meeting on Zoom, and then some will be in person, and we'll head over to, this is our main dining room spot, and so I'll show you that. But you come down this hall, you can see a bathroom to your right, which I always show you the bathroom because of the tile work, not because I know you've all seen a toilet before, but I thought that you would want to see the tile work, so we'll peek in there. And this is just our little cubby holes for people to drop off notes or whatever. This is our little tiny office. If we need, like, this is where I put our marketing stuff and old plans and old paint or whatever. There's our HVAC, etc. Just like a regular house. I'll give this a knock. just in case. But look at this cool tile work. Okay. That's a funny question. This tile work these are pine trees. And it was done by members of the community. And it's just so detailed. These are birds. So special. So the question is, how did you find such a handsome and charismatic president for your community? Well, I guess we're just lucky. Yes, it is good, cool tile. Stay tuned because I want to show you the, if you like that tile, hang on because I'm going to show you our bathroom for the pool. And that tile is really cool. So stay tuned. But here is this is our dining room. Obviously the tables are broken down right now, but they do yoga in here and Super Bowl happens in here. And our Christmas tree we put in the corner, and this is where we have our big in the before times when we had big meetings. Hopefully we're heading there. But it's just all windows. It's so beautiful. Just giving you a roundabout look. That's the beverage station there. Kitchen, which I'll take you into. That's the pass-through for dirty dishes, trays. There's the garbage. This is the buffet area, how we set up our common meals. Common meals are just back. We just brought them back a couple weeks ago. This is a big storage closet, and I'm going to peek in here so y'all can see. Let me turn on the light. Sorry. Okay. This is a ginormous storage closet. So we just put yoga mats in here, extra chairs. We've had tables in here. We've party supplies. I actually I stored the slides in here. I was one of the people that was helping with playground. And I stored the slides in here in huge boxes. That's how big this space is, if you can't tell. Yeah, it's really helpful, this closet. So let me give this a close. This is what we call our family room. And we have online a system, we call it the Hub. And so people can sign out these rooms. Like if they want to gather with friends, they want to have a game night with friends that are not part of the community, let's say, or they have a meeting that they want to do and they don't, they want more space or there's more people, you can just sign out any of these rooms. It's totally fine. But this is, I was telling you about how my kiddos, they stop along the way in the community. This is one of their stops. So we're playing in the playground. They're like, let's go inside. And so we come inside and they have specific toys. They're like, I'm getting out this thing and I'm taking out the Yahtzee dice and and counting them and, whatever it is. And then we clean up and then we leave. So it's just another cool space for all of the community to use, not just kids. Let's head into the kitchen because I think you guys want to see it. So like I said, here's where we have our buffet. Here's our beverage area. Here's the kitchen. And we have 2 heights of counters for kids and smaller people. And then so I don't know, can you see? Yeah, you can tell the difference there. 2 dishwashers, 2 sinks, a dirty sink, a clean sink, gas stove, 2 ovens. Everything's labeled. Most of the appliances were donated by co-housing members. They were like, this is too big for my home. Can I donate it to the kitchen? I donated a lot of things. That's how I know. And they get used. That's the thing, right? That's the special part about co-housing, is that you are sharing amenities. So it's not you're just sharing a pool or sharing a community garden, but you're sharing things. So people can come in here and say, hey, I'm borrowing a crock pot. And so they come into the pantry and they're like, okay, I'm borrowing a crock pot. I'm going to return it. And we have a co-housing committee working group. And they organize all of this, organizing our meals, keeping everything clean. We have this, the fridge here, the freezer here. Oh, I said 2 sinks before. I actually meant to say 3 sinks. I apologize. But yeah, so it has a really good flow. And then there's a window pass through here for the family room. So if the kids are in there and mom's in here, she can redirect certain behaviors through the kitchen. So see this space? Here's a little tidbit. My youngest likes to run through here in circles, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's just a funny little thing that nobody really needs to know. Okay. Oh, here's this. This is like the mop closet, broom closet, etc. So you have your faucet, bucket, boom, ready to go. Easy cleanup. And we use cloth napkins. And so someone signs up and they take our towels and napkin. Oh, here's the basket right here. And they take them home. I actually think I saw Tony with this, one of our members, Tony. I think it was her turn to give them a wash and bring them back, and then we put them away. And so we just take turns doing that. We have washcloths in the bathrooms to use to dry your hands instead of paper and stuff like that. Through this window, what you're looking at is what we call the borrow pit. This is our drainage. This was already here when we bought the property. So we just cultivated it, left it as is. And it's actually really beautiful. So let's come this way. I think you guys got enough of the common house. We'll walk you through our back porch here. A lot of meetings happen on this back porch, especially during COVID, because it's so big and you get a nice breeze, etc. So let me just hit up this bathroom over here so you can see this tile work, because it's pretty awesome. Hopefully they didn't change the code on me. Oops, let me not have you look at the code. Okay, tile work. We're here for the tile. Look at this. Look at this. This is spectacular. But this is my favorite over here. Look at this. Look at these turtles. Isn't it incredible? Wow, right? Yeah. A shout out to Sue. Sue did this. She's one of our members. She's so creative, and it just wraps around the whole bathroom. It's like, it's incredible. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's really special. Actually, I forgot to say that tile was actually remnants from people's homes. So that was reusing that tile that they couldn't use in their homes. We brought it over here, and this is my newest baby. This is the playground. Okay, I'm going to give you a really good look at this. This took a lot of man hours. This is built by community members. This is designed by community members. It was years in the making as far as planning it. The execution of it was probably 8 months. I think this twirly slide took the longest just to get delivered because of COVID. But we had been waiting forever to put in a playground in our community, and here it is, and the kids absolutely love it. Newest addition: steering wheel, telescope, straight slide, twirly slide. The way you get up is steps. We reused some wood, and of course bought other wood. The fill is enriched wood fiber. This is playground safe, so it's very squishy. It's very deep. So the border was member done as well. I think, I'll just go ahead and give you guys a bird's eye view of the community. That would be cool. This is a clatter bridge, fire pole. You saw the net, monkey bars. I don't know if you can see down there, there's a sandbox, but I'll show you that in a bit. So let's come up here to the top of this twirly slide. There's the swings. Give this a spin. And here is, you see May's house. We were over there. That's at the corner over there. Twirling around here. The common house. There's the borrow pit. There's the pool. So this is a good look at the pool that I'll talk about. Yeah, this is a really good look at the community. Everyone picked, let's talk about home colors. Everyone picked their own color. And what we tried to do as a community was not have anyone repeat colors. So there's some that are like similar, I think, but for the most part, they're all unique. And that's really cool. And what I think is special is that even though they're all different, it's like a rainbowy look, they all go, because everyone was so considerate of each other and really wanting to have a cohesive look without looking like a planned community. You guys know what I'm talking about. So it just looks so special and happy and fun. The question is, how many homes are there? There are right now built, there are 23 homes. And we have room for 24. So the 24th home is going to be built soon by the owners. But yeah, it's 4.75 acres. And we decided early on we would have 24 homes. Cohousing research tells us what the best fit for a cohousing community, like the most unified communities look like. And they are about 24 homes. So you don't want to go over. Hello. Hi, I'm giving a tour of the, yeah. Are these your grandbabies?
Yes.
Oh my heavens. Amazing. Welcome. Are they going to come play on here? Okay, I'm going to get down. All right, see ya. Okay, sorry about that. Co-housing, that's what happens. So, yeah, so we knew that you don't want to go over X number of homes, because then people kind of get into cliques and it's hard to know everyone, and bigger co-housing communities. And then too small, what happens is there's not enough work share. There's not enough people to do the work share, right? So we have a work share working group, and they work really hard to make sure that we're all able to do the things, to participate in the things that we're able to do to keep our community running, like especially landscape gardening, stuff like that. That's the hard labor stuff. But even planning meals and cooking, taking turns for that. So when you have too few houses, that's hard to do as well. Okay, so let's turn you around, heading down carefully, and let's look at the pool. The pool is beautiful, and it is heated, and there is a bench that actually runs along the side there, which I'll get a better view of in a bit as soon as I get down the stairs. It's super cool for people to just sit and soak if they want, or for little people to run back and forth, especially if they're pre-swim. But here's the sandbox covered, and then there's these little cute bells on the bottom. And so this is a fun run through passage. I wanted to show you the climbing wall if I didn't mention it before. So there's a climbing wall here, which people, we have more holds that we're still going to put on there. But yeah, so keep looking out for more updates of this play area, because I'm going to add some things, like I'm going to do some special magic happenings over here, because this is where I noticed like the littlest kids like to play. They like to play in this little tight space. So I want to make sure I do something cool for them. Okay, so let me take you over here so you can see this bench along the pool edge. You could probably see it now. You could see it runs from the step all the way back, and it's just it's the same height all the way down. But yeah, people can just sit there and hang out, or take a break between laps, or little kids can run back and forth. And it's just like, it's actually made such a big difference. Everyone loves it. Like, it was kind of an iffy choice that we made. Oh, I don't know if we'll like that, but we love it. It's amazing. So check out these white flags. We are marking off a path to make a new, pathway, sidewalk area, because because this is what happens when you live in co-housing, right? Is that you learn as you live. So we learned that this is just so sandy, and it was getting into the pool filter, etc. Just like so much cleaning, so much sand. It's actually really bad for the pool. And then we were getting so much sand in our common house, and so we needed to do something also to make this more friendly for different abilities. So we're mapping out. This is us mapping out. If you're going around, this is like the back end to the pool pump area. So the pool committee, they were telling us we need something better. So we're like, okay, let's help. And then over here, same thing. This is our garden shed. And so landscape and garden group, they were like, we also need some, so we need to tie all those in. This is our little community herb garden. It's just a little guy. It's really cool for somebody like me who doesn't have time to garden. I could come over here and take what I need. But here is where the path goes. So like through those palms, and then it will connect to that sidewalk heading into, so it's just helping get us from point A to point B, the common house, with a new path, and cut down the sand and help with wheelbarrows and the pool pump area and et cetera, et cetera. That was a lot of work for people to make this path, to talk about it, to make decisions about it. This is a geodome. The kiddos like to play with this. Like I said, this is the garden shed. We keep all of our landscape stuff in here. Let's come look at the community garden, which is very active all of the time. Always things happening here. There are a few people that are like, I see them out here all the time and they love it and they make it look so beautiful. But also edible, obviously, all edible. Here's the burrow pit. It makes for a really pretty view. You could see for our overflow visitor parking. Parking is always a big deal in co-housing communities. So you're always going to be talking. If you are here because you are looking to build a community, parking's going to be your number one, top three things like that. But yeah, so we put our overflow parking there on the other side of the borrow pit. That is actually a drive-through, like driveway to the common house area. If you're disoriented, there's the common house there. There's our composter. Here we're turning around, community garden out to the homes. You could see more of those planter boxes that are the speed deterrents, the chokers, everybody with their own style of garden for their front, Florida-friendly landscaping for most people. Probably for all people, actually. And then here are some more little trees over here. There's a loquat tree over here that just got harvested. Some avocados, I think, got started recently. These are gardenias, which I'm hoping... Look! Can you see? Yay! Little buds. I'm so excited. Oh, wait! Look over here, friends. Yay! It's that time. I'm so happy. Gardenias are my favorite. So we have our parking divided by this. We're now in the north end of the community. I don't know if you remember May talking about south end, north end. This is the north end. And so this is north end parking over here where most of our visitor is. And then you drive through there to get to south end and the common house. I can take you just for a quick snapshot over here. You can see all of the butterfly-friendly plants, Florida-friendly landscaping, and especially for pollinators. Our community members are very serious about stuff like that. So there's our, it's a little garbage corral thing for our garbage and recycle. It was made by members, of course, and it was made from 100-year-old wood. It's really cool. little detail. It's pretty special. And part of what the delivery group did was they put a flyer on the box. So like delivery trucks could grab a map and know where all the addresses are and where to park, because we don't want them driving on here. People do. You have emergencies. You have things to drop off. That's okay. But we want to limit it as much as possible, right? That makes sense. So let's come around here so you can see this end of the community. And then I'll show you where lot 24, like the last lot is getting, last home will be built. Over here. And the neighbors work really close together to, like, you know, blend their landscape, working together to create drainage solutions. That's always an issue when you're in Florida, obviously. But over here is where this last house is gonna be. So it's just gonna fill in this gap right here. And it's gonna be a cool house. It's gonna be a log home. It won't look like logs, but it's gonna be a log home. Hello. How are you? Hello. Okay. I'm walking this way. Are you eating a banana? Okay. Oh. Hello. Do you want to be on camera?
It's okay.
Okay.
Going to the pool.
Oh, you are? Nice. Okay. Careful. All right. I'll see you soon.
How you doing?
Say hi, Mr. Richard.
Hi.
All right. So here is the last little bit of the community. This is actually where the North End fire pits take place at Miss Tony's house. She has this cool pergola with these lights and cool fire pit, and people just join in and bring some wine and stuff, and they have a good time. Over here, this house always has amazing gardening things happening, courtesy of Mr. George, who is busy all the time. And actually, he was one of the ones that helped build the playground structure. So shout outs to George, Andy Kaplan, who is our architect, but he also he designed the playground and helped build it. And of course, Robert, who helped build it as well. Yeah, so these units here that we just passed, you can see these are garage units. Not this one, sorry, but these three over here. Over here. Those are garage units. And so they can, same way as the south end, they can drive through, park, etc. And we are an open community, so people can you take this sidewalk and just walk their dogs. They bring their babies, they jog, whatever, through our community, and they can just do laps. And it's like a really perfectly safe, it's just a peaceful way without worrying about distracted drivers and stuff like that. Okay, I think I pretty much covered everything. This is actually back here. So looking beyond this lot so take your eyes beyond that lot, where the trees are and stuff. This is also part of our common space, and we're working on how to cultivate that. Right now, we have a like a ninja gym thing for kids back there. I'm not going back there because, you know, people might be on their back porches and stuff like that. But, you know, we're learning how to best use that space back there. And before we were built, people just walked their dogs back there and they just walked in a loop. So that was, so we're learning that. Like, you just learn while you live, right? Let me know your feedback on this tour. Like I said, this is the third or fourth tour, I think, virtual open house that I'm doing. So I'm always open to feedback. What do you want to see? What are you done seeing? Like, I'm good, I don't need that. Happy to skip any sections, but give you a final look of this straightaway. I think it's so pretty with all the different colors and the borrow pit. So I think that concludes the tour. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope you got some new information that you didn't have before. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, please send me a message. You can comment on this video. I'm happy to answer it. You can send me a Facebook message. I'll answer that. Send me an email, Gainesville Cohousing at gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at Gainesville Cohousing. Our website, www.gainesvillecohousing.org. Always stay tuned for new progress drops and what we're doing and ways to stay up to date. So I just hope you guys have a great Saturday. I hope you get to enjoy more open house tours virtually. So you get to see a lot of communities today and tomorrow. So I'll see you soon. Bye.